when it comes to us as adults, right? First, our relationship to ourselves. And when we think about really, we are the co-regulators in the environments that we create, right? This idea that we really, people only learn to self-regulate our nervous systems by consistent experiences with another calm, regulated nervous systems, right? And I think about this, and I'll raise my hand and say, I've done this so many times before. I've told kids to focus or calm down. And we don't learn to calm down or to focus by someone just telling us that, right? We only learn how to do that by seeing that modeled and practiced and nurtured for us in an adult. And I know I need that too. When I made a jump from a really big 4,000 person high school, a traditional setting, to our alternative setting. I have to tell you, I had never felt so relationally ineffective before. I was not connecting as easily at first with students. They had a lot of walls, and rightly so, a lot of distrust, because the students I was working with were, a lot of them essentially were on suspended expulsion. So they've been asked to leave their other school. So a lot of distrust of adults. And I remember talking to the security guard there. He's a dear friend. And I said, I don't think I am not doing a good job. I am not effective here. I am not good here. You know, I feel like I'm not doing I'm of no use to students here, you know? And he said, like, just hang in there, girl. You got this. Like, keep going, right? His calm, his belief helped to regulate me, right? So how is it that we can be a thermostat and not a thermometer? How is it that we set the tone? Because we know emotional contagion is very real. And you probably don't even need a study to tell you this, but think about just in your own lives. What happens if you're like you might be having like a great day, right? And then you walk into a room and the vibe is just negative or heavy, right? You've all been into those rooms, whether it's at work or like you go to a dinner and you can just feel it like amongst friends and you're like, wah, wah. And so your like mood comes down, right? Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you're having a hard time, a hard day, a hard week, a hard year. And there are people in your life, like my LB, my security guard buddy, that you can just go to. And because of their calm, because of their just steadiness, because of their consistency and positivity, you catch what they've got, right? There was actually a study done on this in an educational setting to see how contagious emotions were. And what they did was they went in and they had teachers self-assess how stressed they felt. And then they collected spit samples from kids. Why? Wouldn't you have loved to have been a fly on the wall that day? Hey, students, put away your books and your folders. We're just going to need your spit. And this was pre-COVID. Why do you think they were collecting spit or saliva from students? Feel free, get in the chat box. Why would the researchers be collecting saliva samples from students? And I didn't know. The first time I read this research, I was like, I have no idea. Well, okay. Oh, Ian, hot on it. Exactly. They're measuring cortisol levels, right? If we had the proper mechanism, we could measure our cortisol levels. And here's what you can kind of see, or you probably know where this is going. Adults would report a higher levels of stress. Collectively, students had higher levels of cortisol. Educators would report lower levels of stress. Collectively, students had lower levels of cortisol. Now, what came first, chicken or the egg, right? Maybe it's that year where you have a lot going on. Again, we're not superhuman or robots. We feel things too. So maybe it's you have a lot going on in your life. Maybe you're finishing your master's. Maybe your own family has some things going on. Maybe you're caring for an aging parent, right? So maybe you have a lot going on, right? Or maybe it's the year or that students have a ton going on, or you both do, where we've all trying to navigate what a pandemic looks like, right? So I don't think the question is like, who brought it? Like, was it you, Duran? Are you the stressed out one? But I think is how do we create environments where we're not both coming up, you know, in our downstairs brain with that heightened level of cortisol. So would love to take a minute, check for caffeine, right? Could be that too. Sometimes that's what we need to get through the day.